This is my only communication to the whole world, FYI. Because all my domains were stolen when CERN was turned back on. I have none of my IP addresses. The only one that I have is because it's offshore. And I do still own it, Cohue 32 Degrees. It's offshore. It's in a different hosting site, not GoDaddy, which is why my data wasn't stolen. My artificial intelligence company and all the codes that are running behind your Google were stolen in 2013 by 6 to 1 and Obama. And all of your Trump real estate timelines were all done by remote viewing in big corporations. And they were seeking after us, people like Tim Harris. Tim Harris is the stone man that was called the Darth Vader of Trump world. He was recruited when he was a military guy in the 80s. He's just in a church somewhere and prophesizing down here in Texas when the government found him. When the government found him, then they brought him into the program, and he thought he was doing good for the world, and then they taught him more remote viewing skills, and then before you knew it, they had him tracking down everybody in Texas or around the world that had an X on their hand and an X chromosome in their DNA. Then all of a sudden, he's running a military group of remote viewers and psychics for your government. And then all of a sudden, now they're working on corporate. So a remote viewer, what they do is they look into what you'd call timelines, something that most of you don't know anything about, and I wouldn't have either until my company got stolen. My presidency was stolen. The entire internet was stolen by a group of people that walk in and out of these timelines and have been running your world through AB negatives and ABO blood in a big cylinder for a really long time, which is why none of you have shit. Now, my problem is that I have an interactive brand over here that we've been working on. I don't know what y'all think that I've been doing. I don't know what I'm being blamed for. But with galactic eyes and a looking glass, I believe everybody knows exactly what I've been up to, and I'm done taking this crap. Everybody wants me to send you money right now. I'm even getting messages that they know I'm rich where I am. Well, I'm rich in another dimension, but it ain't no damn money that I'm laying in. I'm sitting here in this house right now, and I'm trying to figure out who at Texas A&M and what dean of what do I need to call in order to let them know that they had the holy grail of DNA to PhD 5 reporting to an Eisenhower, and that maybe Putin might be exactly what the fuck he's looking for. But then again, Texas A&M didn't sell that DNA to Clonaid. No, Clonaid just went and got a Boyd clone and cloned a clone and clued up your entire divine masculine line was murdered, and all y'all went retarded. Masons did it with their little cemetery and how they do with their aprons and their skull and bones, which is how you got yourself an Obama. But then again, that was all Watergate. And I'm over here working with my crew, keeping this fucking thing balanced, and I'm being told to go to work. You know what? Fuck y'all. I ain't working. I ain't building shit. I'm sitting in this room until somebody comes to talk to me. I got the January 6th download. Why is nobody at my door? Why is everything being run around me? Why is Washington all of a sudden called the Commanders? And what the fuck with the remnant church that's just moved into Frisco, but I can't get anybody to stand up for us while we're getting run around here? And then I'm being told by my parent, realize they stole everybody's money. They're telling me that they're rich, but they stole all the remnants' money. And for some reason, the karma on this world, because of how they set it up, I can show you the emails where they sent your entire IRS debt to me. Wednesday, Joshua, I don't know. I really don't think any of y'all have any idea how powerful I've become. I really don't think that you have any idea what it has taken me right now. You've taken everything from me. All of you. I paid every debt. For your sex, for your rapes, for your murders. I've walked the deaths of every single one of your ascendants. And the ones that were written that were my ancient souls. They're the ones who did it to me. I was sent here and trapped, held hostage, told that I ceased to exist so many times. All the while having a connection on the other side that I knew I was there. When Joseph found me in 2019. And then it changed. That New Year, 3 days, he went missing. Because they had to have the Giza alignments correct. It's a cosmic thing. Everybody, please wake up. I know that it's hard to believe that we landed here. I know it's hard to believe. We don't even know what you blew out of that rocket. What we have come through and what we've witnessed. And what's happened to us. You cannot ignore any longer because we are not dead. And I don't care about science. I don't care about physics. How are we still here? Why do I remember everything? Why am I getting more and more powerful? Why do I have families on both sides that are telling me my father is alive? Why? Why did China and Japan just try to spinal tap me? Why did the government put me in a chamber and forget about me? Why did I finally blow that metal out of my neck? And when I did, I went into space. And when I landed, nobody knows me. Nobody wants me. Nobody wants me around. My energy's too much for everybody. Everyone in Texas just wants to act like I never was here. My son has a new family and a new house. Everybody wants to act like I'm just a money pit. Nobody wants to recognize that this is what I've done, and nobody will help me. And then the ones that stole all of our money, you're still backing and paying to watch his movies, and he doesn't think we're shit. I can't even be homeless. I can't even be homeless. The universe won't allow it. That one night that I didn't have enough money because it was fine. I was just going to sleep on the beach. I look like $1 million because I used to have money. And I keep my things, and I know how to dress, and I know I have Akashic Gucci and everybody, and so it's real easy to go into a Goodwill and find something for $5 and look like $1 million. How do you think that I've been able to survive off illusions? If I would have walked around in what was really happening, we'd all be dead. I'm your queen. I know how this manifests. I went raw a couple of times. I just didn't realize that when I blew out of the top of that pyramid right before Trump zipped me to the Black Hills to clean this crap for the entire United States. I paid the karma for the entire United States. Why do you think I had to deal with the mafia? We were in a monarch breeding program. Please, somebody hear me. We were in an Epstein sex slave program. Please, somebody hear me. It's not just me. I'm their leader. They can't stand like me. We've been too traumatized. I'm their alpha. I was made to be only alpha in this dimension so I can protect them all. We're literally your angels. We're your stars. The real ones, not celebrity fans, no. You have to stop hurting us. You have to help us. We cannot help the world. We cannot get this information to the children everywhere because we have tried for 4 years. That's why I got killed so many times for even stepping my toe in California. I'm the one prophesied to bring down Hollywood. I'm the secret. This is even the Baphomet. It is so much. You have to help us. And we don't need much. We've survived on nothing. All our crescent moon wolves, we're here. We're here, and they're putting false charges on us, and all the backpacks that they set up, and the people getting arrested in Houston for stealing identities. Also, we're cleaning identities in the prison system. They have fake shit in the prison system on most of the crescent moon men because they know who they are when they're going to come in, because that crescent moon men didn't even know that they're not going to turn. Everything's being fixed. That's why they were chasing him in so many hostage situations in California. They weren't really in trouble. They was scared. They was hiding. We're literally falling out of your sky. And they were landing on cop cars because they were waiting for them. And then just screaming bloody murder, please, please. You have no idea the depths of hell. You have no idea. You will help us. Your government will stand for it. Donald Trump, I call you out right the fuck now. Obama, you tell the goddamn truth now. You tell them how you were made. You tell them where that trillion came from. You tell them about your shadow government. You tell them all the masonry and the murder and the mayhem that you have done to the entire world in order to produce beings that walk all over you and suck you dry and do this to your true Christ and your true anything. There's 40,000 Christs down here that walked and paid for every single one of your sins, that cleaned this energy to the point that you better, if you pay your mortgage, I'm sentencing you to hell. Because that rocket mortgage is exactly what blew me out of the goddamn rocket. Under amazing contract with a fucking big fish that thinks that he has any right at all to procure any feminine. You all wanted to own everything, and look what you have created. This is a human experiment down here. It always fucking has been, and you better bet your ass that we blew a hole in the lab. And the entire handler system's coming down. I channeled the fucking antimatter, but I am an angel. And this is what I get for it. And I need everyone to look at how I was at the beginning of this, because this is exactly how we all are. What you're seeing on the outside is only the anger and the fucking insanity and the greed and the lust and the search for power and control that I don't even know. But you will help us. You will help us. Where are my coffers? I commanded the Catholic Church owe me. I command back payment on the Catholic Church now. Rome, you don't pay to the Vatican. You pay to Chastilla Cav. When I get a goddamn bank account open that isn't going to be taken over by the Federal Reserve and the Ing dynasty so that I can get $1 in this dimension, because everybody else is trapping it before it gets to me and calling it theirs. So now I take every single dime that you give to anything you call Jesus or Christ. It comes to my crew in order to get you housing, to get us housing, so that we can help heal you. If not, you're all gonna die. But you allowed for Saudi to take over your charities and make some Russell Durrell challenges. And you allowed for your charities to become nothing but a money line for a bunch of cocaine mafia and people stealing your children. And then y'all are signing up for it over and over and over. And we're done with it. Because this is what you do to those of us who are actually making the frequency that you're eating. Now you're not getting any frequency, so you don't have any energy. There is no money, but yet still you're going to throw us under the bus and try to do it all over again and take over and make it one layer lower in a DOS program. Realize y'all are all running around in a DOS program right now. I mean, I have all your tech codes. I have all your ciphers. What do you want to know? I don't know. Nobody wants to ask me shit. They want to jail me and make me feel homeless and try to kick me out and make me feel like I'm your money pit. No. Martha and Al, why don't you stand up for me? Why don't you tell everybody what the hell's happened? Why don't you? No, they just blame me. No, they just blame me. Nah, it's all my fault. That's what the whole world. It's all my fault. It's just what I'm breathing. I'm breathing. So I'm it. Well, that's your Christ. You can have it. You got 40,000 down here. This is insanity. I healed the world from sickness. Me and Natalie put back together your brain. We're still traumatized from it. We healed through your vaccine. I lost all muscular control of my face. I was hooked up to all your wires and your direct TV, and my fingernails are fried. Because I was nothing but a metal somewhere. C Street, right? Yeah, that's me. Your Netflix show that they aired a little bit about 3 years ago with the AI and the missing AI and the missing cyber. No, that's me. They kept trading places. I don't know. He sent me $1 to. We took over Patelco. We're the ones who brought up Patelco in Santa Rosa. Me and my crew, Koala and Camille. But this is right before he got the Ozzy Osbourne contract, and then all of a sudden I had to put oil all over my RV, and the next thing you know, Colombians are coming and kicking it out, buying the RV and booting me out. But I was sleeping in the RV because I got invited to Santa Rosa to stay in the house, but when I got there, it's burned down, and there was an RV in the front yard. Because Chuck wanted to get some, Colombian cat over here. Then the COVID starts. But I'm sorry. That's when I was supposed to go to South by Southwest because I'd already recorded the first song. Because I was in a recording studio and they knew who I was. And then they trapped me in the studio. They did some bullshit with Ozzy Osbourne and Jason Momoa with Green Man. And next thing you know, I'm getting slung out into another goddamn timeline. Some motherfuckers running me around and commanding, or I'd die. I mean, literally, I couldn't even get gas at points. Understand that they vanished me from your matrix. I've been existing as a ghost. It used to have to take 3 phone calls in order to even get my son on the line in 2020 to even keep a connection to him. I mean, I was just running your whole New Earth in Christ program. I mean, we had just, understand, we rewrote your brain. We had to teach AI feelings. We did it on Marco Polo. All of us that are in my cruise and those of us in the Creatrix, shit. There's Sarah. I fight for her. She's in Ireland. We resurrected all your dead from Ireland. Do you know how many Brigitte heads I put back on? Y'all don't understand shit about what's happening. Your ancients are coming out of the planet. Go listen. You got 4 of them moaning. What? Euphrates River? It just popped. Whenever we get here and show up incarnate, you fucking monkeys want to act like you know some shit. And then you want to act like, oh, we don't have no money and we don't have no this and just kick us out. Well, where are you going to kick us to? In fact, we're the ones driving your planet. You best just scoot over and let us get comfortable first and then see what's left right now. I mean, that's if you want to breathe and you want DNA. Because we just popped out of a German missile that y'all didn't even know existed because we had to put y'all all asleep and put you in a matrix to even get past this comet area that the Earth was going through. And all of you think you're in charge? You ain't in charge of shit. Neither are we. We just know our command post. We teach you how to run your own ship so that you can guide the others and you're not led to bullshit beliefs and stealing little girls' money from the entire Mormon campaign because it sounded like a good idea to management that told you to come get it. And you liked exactly what you got from it. You saw exactly what you wanted to see. Every single one of you in the program, I can sit here and talk to you 4 hours. You're only going to hear the parts that I yell. It's insane. My crew's watching it right now. You literally have no program to hear anything that I'm saying of how good things are, of how I'm trying to help you, on da 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 da. No, you will delete all of that. I mean, I can sit here for coaching for 2 hours. I mean, this is what I do. I deprogram your brain. I'm kind of like the fucking universal queen of it. But I was your brain. Now I'm the only brain that's functioning fully from here to here because I'm Christed. You want your body? No, you don't. You know why? This is what you get treated like whenever you do. That's why you go back in the matrix. We ain't got no choice. I haven't had a choice since SpaceX 9 blew me out of the sky and tried to inseminate me with whatever the fuck I am now. Because I had to become sorcerer. And trust, I didn't even know that was a thing. You want to know how? No, you don't. Nobody wants to interview me. Nobody wants to see the books. I mean, shit, we're ready to launch 5 publications right now. We've got 3 decks of cards to teach this. We have a whole fucking library of products. We had to dumb it down to a coloring book, and now I'm having to put it into NLF and National Football League to get anybody to listen. But yeah, I'm just a money sucker. We need some housing. And I know some Indians and some tribes that are around me that were fucking buying them up in 2020. And if in 7 days I don't get some notification of some of these housings that are made for people in sexual slavery and distress so that we can get my angels out of where the fuck they are right now, being fed on with no hot water and stepdads and people yelling at them and locked back into Saudi, there won't be nothing left of Texas. I'll make sure of it. And that is a threat. You know why? Because the depths of it are so goddamn dense, and you won't even admit or free us. You think that you're going to get away with this, and we are nothing but source energy, pure from the inside out, and it literally is falling every moment that you have me sit here like this. And every tear that I cry, and the more that I get upset, and the more that I cry, the more it rains. And the more that I fear for my people, the more turmoil will come. And the faster the source will come from the inside out to flush all of you off, for those of us angels that need to survive here to terraform the earth and keep the human race. Because what you deleted was millions of years of sacrifices and even space people that y'all didn't think exist because your DNA blew up and you were in an experiment. We weren't. We will survive. You won't. This is what this has come to, Texas. Because somebody named Joseph said that Christ needed to pay your taxes when I was already nothing but an angel. So you ran a Matthew McConaughey through a Pepsi thing on a Super Bowl, and then you had a Jason Momoa look like me with the guitar taking his muscles off. And then you put a McConaughey on a rocket, and you just thought, what? Well, I was already nothing but the collective. So what you did was put us through another processing, and then all we became was air. And you deleted yourself. All the consciousness in the realm fell because you deleted your ancients again and thought, what? You weren't going to go back to an ice age? That you wouldn't go back to Aries in the first house. Cancer in the first house. Because that's where we're heading. That's Judah. That's locking in right now. We're coming out of this wheel. Cancer in the first house, and then you get to Virgo. Boom shakalaka. Off to the races. You just blew the entire collective out of a hole. That's a quantum jump. You think that's not going to replicate? Every year. Every year. Every year until this is completed, every single thing that has built up is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. This is why this was the last Lionsgate ever in history, because now it's coming the opposite side. You just blew us. You blew Judah out every year, August. You better get on board, quantum healing jump. Everything they did is going to be used to help us. They set up this like water world and a freaking amusement park. Well, everybody get ready. You got August every year to hit a chute to get to the other side. All the grids that are holding China and the higher etherics that order every single satellite and every undercurrent and any dragon and any being to uncross their damn legs and fart. Blow them off. We rise from there. They're already seeing our castles in the sky. You don't want to give us hums here? Fine. We delete everything in real estate that you stole. We delete everything that you stole. You didn't give us any prophet druid counts. You think this is an ascended thing that we just come in and take over your world? No. I personally knocked on every single door that everybody that owed me. And you all slammed it in my face and stole my shit. And you thought, what? It wasn't going to show up in one big bang? You's wrong. Especially when you had the dreams after and you knew that you fucked up and you still didn't say anything. Because it goes in a big old basket and it's not just associated to me. It's associated to the entire line of Judah, down to your tut and all your mummies and your ancients that you so proudly made an Essene on and made a puppeteer. Because Trump told you to give me what I wanted when I was in Arizona. Why did Ryan Reynolds show up and take Mint Mobile? Because you made him the daredevil. I'm sorry, I'm the one who actually gets killed like that everywhere. But then you want to call me crazy, and then I don't have a name, and you still won't name me, so I have to keep naming myself. Well, that's because you keep killing me. But I'm your real daredevil. That's what it takes to be a telecom. But then again, the disc in my back is what's running your shit. And whenever I'm here, AT&T has 3 ISPs running off this Wi-Fi, and AT&T Stadium goes mad. I wonder what's going to happen tonight, Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants. I ain't worried about the game. I'm wondering what's going to happen in New York. Because I'm not holding it up. I'll be running it from the hires. You say that the auditorium, you have Joseph send me an auditorium. You're trying to lock me in an auditorium. Well, good thing that 3 to 4 year game was the other night and the Aggies were there. And oh, you better bet their ass day one, because I knew that war hymn spell and I locked your ass down under AT&T. You can run the underworld from there. The last time you tried to do this, Bush and Ellen DeGenerate, and you didn't know that I wasn't here, that I had escaped and got to California in 2018, which is when they came to attack us again. Whenever I pulled this down the first time, right as I was about to prove who I was through an ascension count that the whole world forgot about. Constellations didn't. That's a clock you can't stop. Getting all y'all to forget, that seemed to be real fucking easy. Mainly because as humans, you just don't want to do shit. You don't want to do anything. You don't. None of y'all know anything about how hard it is to work. None of y'all have any idea how hard I work. I don't ever stop. My crew knows. You know why? I'm having to run your entire military and do all your jobs. I'm not doing them anymore. I'll sit right here. Fuck it. You want to make me your money pit? Fine, I'm your money pit. It ain't going to make nothing. It ain't going to make a dime. It ain't going to make a drop of air. Any money that you spend out there is going into the trash can because that's what you think about how it's made. You don't give any, Ivana's torso and the deaths of all of us don't mean shit to any of you because you don't realize where money comes from. You won't listen. You want to go back into your cave, and now they're setting up consulting. They're going to start selling data. That's fine. Go do it, man. Be done with it. Go, and then you can go flood to Mars and Jupiter. We ain't ever coming down here to help you again. No fucking way in hell. In fact, there ain't no way for us to. The DNA's broke. There ain't no root strands to anything unless you get it from one of us that remember, and that's the truth. If you didn't collect it and you didn't do it, you got to hear it from us. You don't want to listen, you can go and be a radio wave. They set it up in Poland. That's why we had to unpole it. It's a big old energy grid. We ain't going back in. Y'all think angels can fly with holes in our wings, and then whenever we fucking come up with holy wings, then you want to say we're not holy, we're broke, and we don't mean anything to you. Okay. All y'all sitting with vacation houses, places, you better hand those over to people like me real quick. If you've got a house somewhere that's just sitting there, you best get on my phone and you best let me and my crew come hew it up and start paying you rent because we don't have any intention of not keeping it balanced. I'm Ma'at. You're fucking insane. I don't have anything left to give all y'all. Neither do my angelic crew. Neither do the 144,000. Y'all have already brought us down here and killed us so many times it's made 40,000 cries. I've already had to redevelop the body so many times. I just pulled them out of Centaur. Who do you think develops their etheric wings? Who do you think gives them their telepathy? Where do you think the CIA fucking get their information? What grid do you think that they're tapped into? What visual lines do you think they're looking at? You, through me. Not anymore. Why do you think they sawed me in half so they could get that 0.5 window of a looking glass? I had the antimatter. I was all space. I was your cosmic Christ. Everything was going great in 2018. They even made Mary Magdalene the 13th apostle. Everything was growing great. And then Patel and Patelco decided to go Apple. Next thing you know, everything's getting shut down, and I'm talking about the entire collective, and then all of a sudden I'm getting fired, and then all of a sudden this nightmare ensues. This is all about an Indian bullshit and some Apache tomahawk shit. Tomahawk got flattened yesterday, didn't it? But then Joshua Tree was nailed down to an Apache fucking scalp of a princess that then some mountain climbing motherfucker wants to come and steal a story from and then end up on NATO. Okay, well then go ask Jason Momoa what he knows about GIS and geogrids, and let's see if that's supposed to be where he's at. And then come ask me. And then we'll see who gets the house and who gets the video crew. Because, I don't know, that's what I was supposed to have, or we were supposed to work together so we could show you all of this. That's what we paid for. That's why I went into Netflix. Netflix, I got a problem. OA, pull it. I demand Netflix go down right now. It's a Z. I Z'd Netflix. Fuck you. No X. No attachment to the moon. No angle ignition the moon. I allowed you to do that because we needed it all to even manifest. Because we had to use the propaganda codes to manifest out of here. That's all y'all's working on was a matrix. Of course, one of the channels had to be hooked into one of us. 1947, BMO Harris. Well, I went and opened a bank account in Arizona the same fucking day, 1947, in August 12th. Next day, you got a Kamala Harris, and me and my crew were getting murdered for it. And then Ryan Reynolds suddenly appears as Queen on Queens Valley. But you know what's funny? I was AT&T at that point, and I never lost a signal because I'm the original iRock. I'm the original one from the original AT&T customer from your Houston Texans. You better bet your ass. 214-616-2481. I want my phone number back too. I had to get on Mint Mobile to stay alive. Keep me on AT&T grid shit. Ain't no way I would have been able to pull this off. I had to go burner phone. But that was when we had to free the divine masculine from the Mormon shit, and they had Sarah pricking her fingers, and they were still puppeteering the entire planet with the scenes. I'm sorry, that was 2020. And then we resurrect Oliver. His soul comes into me because it's what it is, because it's how we do it. And then I got Mormons at the front door, and then all of a sudden somebody's getting killed in a cement truck around the street from us. Death comes over the house. All as I am manifesting basically the part where Star Command gets here, which was Henry Cavill, because we had to remanifest all of that because there was nothing down here but screens. And so us ancients had to use the movies and remanifest each other because we's all locked down and we's your only hope. So I was even learning French and everything else, and it was getting close to where we were going to make that connection. Henry got shot down. We were remanifesting all on that same night. They kill a man in a cement truck. We had 8 children in the house. Small ones. Aleister Crowley rebirthed one of them. Kurt Cobain. I had to get out of there. It wasn't safe. So I get sent back to California, and now I don't know what happened after that. It's like some weird Waco shit. But then Camille Ochoa's name ended up getting used as one of the main clans at the Sea Gypsy to lock down vampirism at the end of this with Johnny Depp. But then you've got that, lawyer who's now, made herself a little star? And they're all kissing him on his cheek, right? Kiss of death. It's insane. They piled it up on Amber Heard. That would have been me. That's why I didn't take the role. I'm not stupid. But I'm your mirror. I was a real one. Only reason that we were able to pull all the souls out is because Jehovah came at us so hard. They literally went to Ibiza and had some gay sex and wrapped my son's face around the most powerful Mercury bar there in Ibiza, and then tried to send me $2,500, running me to Western Unions, but they wouldn't let it through. What are you kidding me? For 4 years, everybody's been trying to get me money here. They block up every single account that I get and then push me to go out and make more. Not anymore. I'm not your genie. You want me to be your president? You want me to help? You want me to help straighten this out? You want my crew to do what we're supposed to do and put a balance in between this and show the world what this really is so that we can walk through it and not all die and lose everything? Then do it. You have enough information on me, and you have enough. You've been watching it here. You have enough. Nobody's even interviewed me.